Hey, what up? My name's Sammy and welcome back to A Good Chew. Today is my birthday, so I'm baking a cake.
First, I'm going to make the brown butter for the cake. This needs to be done ahead of time as it needs time to fully chill and set, so I did mine the night before. Put 250 grams of diced unsalted butter over medium heat. Once it's completely melted, it will start to foam and bubble as the water inside is evaporating. After about 5 minutes of bubbling, the water will have boiled off and the butter will start to turn golden brown as the milk solids are caramelizing on the bottom of the pan. Stirring with a whisk helps the milk solids toast evenly. Once you start to see brown specks on the bottom of the pan, immediately remove it from the heat and transfer into a heat-proof container. Your kitchen will be filled with an amazing buttery, nutty aroma. It's heaven. Chill that in the fridge until set. Onto the cake. Before I start, I'm going to grease two 20cm cake tins with butter, then line the bottoms with baking paper. Victoria sponges call for equal weights of your flour, eggs, sugar and butter. We start by weighing the eggs first in their shells so we can determine the weight of the rest of the ingredients. We're aiming for a weight around 200 grams, which will be 3 to 4 eggs. Whatever weight your eggs come to, weigh out the same in sugar and flour. As we browned our butter and removed all of its water, we need to take this into account. For example, if your eggs weigh 200 grams, you'll be needing 168 grams of brown butter. That liquid removed needs to be added back in later, but I'll stop boring you with the maths class. Back to baking. Make sure all of your weighed ingredients are at room temperature. Cream the butter and sugar together using an electric beater or a stand mixer until pale and fluffy for about 4 to 5 minutes. Add in your eggs one by one, mixing them thoroughly in between. Scrape down the sides of your bowl, then sift in your self-raising flour and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Gently fold them together, trying really hard not to lose any of the air that's just been beaten into it. Once that's all folded, we need to add in some milk. First we need to replace the water loss from evaporating in the butter. From our example, that would be roughly 2 tablespoons. After this, you need to add some more milk to get to the magic dropping consistency. Very unscientific at this point in the bake, but it works, so just go with it. Essentially, add enough milk until the mixture drops easily off the spoon, but does not run. Once the right consistency has been achieved, we can divide the mix into our tins and bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. When your timer goes off, use a knife or a skewer to perform a prick test to see if the cake is fully baked. If the knife comes out clean, they're done. Cool them on a wire rack, and when they're cool enough, remove the sides of the tins. When they're completely cool, flip them over and then remove the bottoms and the baking paper. I'm going traditional with my fillings using cream and raspberry jam. For the cream, I've got 100 grams of cream, 50 grams of Greek yoghurt and 25 grams of icing sugar, along with the seeds of 1 vanilla pod. Whip that in a bowl to stiff peaks. The jam I'm using is quite special to me. This is my mum's homemade raspberry jam, made using raspberries from her garden in West Sussex, England. It's quite poetic, seeing as my mum would always make me a Victoria sponge for my birthday growing up. Put one of your cakes in a serving plate, then cover it in a thick layer of jam. Spoon on some cream and then spread all over, leaving about a 1 centimeter gap from the edge. Then lower the other cake on top and give a gentle push down to sandwich them together. All you need now is a liberal dusting of icing sugar and we're done. This is honestly my favourite cake in the world. It's just so simple and comforting and always reminds me of home. The brown butter takes the whole thing up a notch. It's a great remix to a classic. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing. Cheers!